Yo, 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 welcome back to the Going Out podcast. It's officially episode 17. I have, oh yeah, big round of applause. We're coming up on that episode 20 milestone, so I better stay tapped in with us. But yeah, today's going to be a very laid back episode, a chill episode. I got a good friend of mine here with me. We worked for a while together. She's worked as a bottle girl and a waitress here in the Charlotte nightlife scene, so we're just gonna be in here chopping it up, have some drinks like we always do over here on the Going Out podcast. But she has since quit nightlife for a couple of reasons. We're gonna get into those. One of them is a very positive one. So she just had a baby, right? Big congrats. All right. Big hand clapping that. We're gonna get a horn too, air horn. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's a new mom again, having her third child.
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that on a, start off on a positive note, and also, might get into some sensational stories or some tea. We'll see how that goes. So to start, yeah, again, congratulations, Juliet,
Thank you.
on the new baby. So to the podcast, how's it feel to be a new mom again?
So I feel like I started really young having kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was 19 when I had my first child,
Okay.
24 for the second, and now
Yeah.
I'm 28 having him. So
28.
yes, I feel like this was the first baby I had and I felt grown.
Really?
Like
You
I
feel
was
like,
like,
is this gonna be like your last one, or you feel like you got some more in the clip?
so I want more kids.
You still want more kids?
Yeah, I
How many
love
you
being a
want?
mom. 3 is
What's
the
the limit?
max.
You got
but,
3 already.
but I'm saying like 3 more is the max.
Oh,
But
3
2
more.
is like I would love 2 more because I would like another boy and then one more girl to end. Because I feel like I'm a
Yeah.
true girl mom.
I feel that. I've always wanted a boy. But
Are you
hopefully-
done?
Nah, I
Okay.
I got one. I only got one kid.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, I feel like I still got a lot more kids. I always say like maybe I could have like 5 kids maybe. But I don't know. I'm 34 now, so maybe like 2 more.
Mhm.
I think I'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I think like 2 more, I'll be straight. If I could have a boy, I'll be happy. Even if I just have a boy, I'll probably just stop at that. But
Okay.
you never know. So yeah, what's your new baby's name? So this one is a boy, right? Because you got
Yes.
2 girls.
Yes.
Okay. You want to tell the podcast
Yes.
the names?
So I have Ava who's 9, Aubrey who's 5, and Amari is 6 months.
Okay. Amari. That's
Yes.
the boy's
Mhm.
name. Okay.
All A's,
All A's.
triple A's.
Really? So how'd you start that? Where'd you get that from?
So Ava, I actually went to school with this girl in high school, and I loved her name, and so my friend was like, "Well, do Ava." So Ava started, and then I was like, "I want to kind of keep the A theme going."
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah.
That's
And then
dope.
Amari is kind of a remix of his dad's name. His dad's name is Lamari, so he's Amari.
Amari. Oh,
Yes.
that's cute. Yeah, my sister has a daughter, and so her husband's name is Corey.
Oh,
So she named her daughter Corey as well, but it's like a K.
I would say I knew a
That's
girl named Corey.
yeah,
Okay, that's cute.
yeah.
That's real cute.
So yeah, I think that's dope. And the whole like the letter thing, I think is really cool too. I knew like a lot of people like that. One of my close friends I went to high school with is this dude named Jarrell. I'm not gonna like list all his siblings' name, but they all had J names.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of them too. It was like 4 or 5 of them, But yeah, so that's really dope. Were you still working in nightlife when you started your pregnancy? This last one?
Yes. So
Yeah?
I was still at Harold's up until May. So I was probably I found out in February. I was probably like a month and a half. So
Mm-hmm.
I probably left around almost like 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
What's that like? Second trimester?
Yeah, I was my second trimester for sure because I knew the gender and everything.
Oh, you did.
I knew he was a boy.
You had like a nice gender reveal.
No,
Did you
not
have-
really.
you
I was
have
just
a
at my
party?
desk at my cubicle.
Really?
And I found out, but I announced my pregnancy in Jamaica. So after I left Harold's, like only people from Harold's and like people that I see around town, they knew I was pregnant. No one else knew. So I announced my pregnancy in Jamaica. Like I went to
Yeah.
Jamaica and was like, I'm pregnant.
I don't think I knew. I don't know if I saw the announcement. I think I just saw like the photos like over time, and I was like, "Oh, she's having a baby," So that's really. I'm really happy for you. That's such
Thank
a dope thing.
you.
Congratulations, especially having your first boy.
Yes, I love
Right.
him. That's my fat man.
Yeah. Now, being that this is a boy, you felt like you were growing. Like, was there anything different about this pregnancy than the first 2?
Me being older, this pregnancy was a little harder for me.
Yeah.
I just felt like I had a lot of health concerns more than I
Really?
did with the girls. Definitely. My pressure was up a lot, and then I had
Your
to.
blood pressure.
Yeah, my blood pressure was up a
Okay.
lot, and then I had to take the glucose test twice.
For what?
My blood sugar was up.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
so-
was that like a result of the pregnancy, or was that something that you kind of had developed and then you happened to get pregnant and then you were dealing with it then?
No,
in the
this all
pregnancy?
happened during the pregnancy.
Really?
Yeah, and then also I gained a lot of weight with him. Gained the most weight. Like I was almost 200 pounds when I gave birth to him.
Really?
Yeah, and then also this is the only baby I had to get an epidural with. My other 2 kids I had natural, no medicine.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Air horn on that then, right there. Yeah. So my baby mama tried. I think she said she was gonna do it at the epidural, but she did that shit. She had got it. That doing it without it is really hard, yo. You got to be super strong for that. And you did your first 2 kids like that.
I was trying to do him. I was 7 centimeters when I got it done, so I was almost done.
The pain was that bad.
Because they wouldn't let me do my birth plan. I wanted to roll around the ball and walk, but they kept saying his heartbeat was too low. So they kept me on a monitor and I couldn't move. So it was like sharp pains literally hitting my back and my uterus at the same time. So it was like,
Pregnancy is so complicated, man. I mean, shouts out to all the women that's having these babies for us. Big round of applause to y'all, man. Because, it takes a lot, I mean, not only to raise a kid, but having them in the first place, like the pressure and the wear and tear that it puts on your body. I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying? I'm really just like now getting in touch with my body now, like, being more conscious of my health and everything. I can only imagine like, what it feels like.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy to try to get back. This has been my hardest pregnancy afterwards, like postpartum, trying to get back into my shape and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm learning to love my body day by day. I'm in the gym now, so I'm definitely learning to love my body more.
How long was the delivery for you with this one?
So I have a condition. I cannot remember the name is. My doctor told me, but I have a condition where I give birth very fast. So I'm usually like once my like labor starts, I got to the hospital at 2:15. He was out by 5:15 a.m. Like I got to the hospital at 2:15 a.m. He was out by 5:15 a.m.
In 3 hours after you got there.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to like check you in and everything.
Mm-hmm. But they know I have a condition. So I was only like 2.5 centimeters when I got like pushed into the hospital. And then I went to the full course all the way within like 2 hours.
They call that a condition. I feel like that would be a blessing to have a quick delivery like that. I feel like the longer it is.
Yeah, but like for instance, I had my daughter at home last time because I didn't have enough time.
The oldest one or the youngest one?
The younger one. Yeah, my 5-year-old.
You couldn't make it to the hospital?
No.
So who delivered the baby?
Me on the couch with the with the people on the phone.
Wait,
like I called.
Wait. Whoa. This is like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We gotta walk through the story for the podcast then. So you're on the couch, right?
So I'll explain what happened.
All right, were you at your due date then?
So she was a day late. Yeah,
wow,
so I was
okay.
40 weeks in a day.
Okay.
Amari came on his actual due date, so I was 40 weeks exactly with him.
Mm-hmm.
And she was 40. I was 40 weeks in a day. I had literally woke up. I had been having pains. Like I had made brownies and ice cream and went to bed that night. This is when, do you remember when in Charlotte, we were all out of power and stuff and the tornadoes had hit?
Hell no. When was that?
This was in 2020. We didn't have no powers. Like a lot of people's like lights and stuff was out for a couple days.
Probably.
Okay.
I probably forgot about it, but.
But basically, I had made some brownies and ice cream. I finally had got back to my house because I was at my best friend Shireen's house because I didn't have no power for like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so I literally had came home, made brownies and ice cream, was feeling pain around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I was watching Divorce Court.
Mm-hmm.
And then
brownies and ice cream.
Yeah.
Ultimate craving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. And then
that sounds really
I
good
called my baby
right
daddy.
now.
I was like, I'm in pain. And then I had called my doula and I was like, hey, I'm in pain. Like,
you had a doula?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For all 3. Same, like she's my aunt for all 3. So,
okay, cool.
So I had called her and I was like, hey, I'm feeling a lot of pain. She's like, okay, I'm gonna be on the way. And then my baby daddy was on the way. So I was calling him like, hey, hurry up, come and get me because I'm not going natural with her. Like I'm about to get the medicine. Like hurry up before my aunt get here. And he was like, all right, I'm coming. So then he was on his way, and then I was in the bathroom and my water I threw up, and then my water broke in the bed. Like I went back to my bed and my water broke. And so I called my aunt. She was like, girl, don't call me, call 911.
What?
So I called 911 and he was like, well, ma'am, it looks like you're getting ready. I was like, I'm getting ready to have this baby right now. Like, send the ambulance right now. And he was like, okay, well, you need to, warm up hot water. You need to sterilize this and that. I said, sir, it's you, me, this couch, and a towel. We got to make it do what it do. Dead serious. And he was like, okay. Well, he was like, put your legs up. And he was like, you have to push, like, count to 3 and push. And then I had her halfway out. And then my baby daddy came in and he like opened my legs more because I kind of got stuck. I kind of froze because I couldn't believe I was giving birth by myself.
Oh, my God.
And then she came out.
So he walked in the door and your baby was halfway out.
Yeah, he thought he walked in the door and told him, come on, let's go to the hospital. I'm here. He didn't know because I didn't have time to call nobody else. I was on the phone with the 911.
Oh, shit. So
he freaked out.
How fast all this happened? So he walks in the door.
Mm-hmm.
She's halfway out.
Yeah.
So when she started coming out, like, do you remember like how long it took in total? Like, was it like pretty quick or?
It was pretty quick. I was only on the phone with the 911 for about maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she came out quick.
That's crazy.
And then the EMTs and firefighters walked in.
Really?
Yeah, they thought they were coming to deliver a baby. They didn't realize she was out.
So did you have to like cut the umbilical cord or?
The EMTs cut it because my baby daddy kind of like passed out. Situation. He passed out.
He passed out?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so much like a movie, yo.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Well, he's here. He's healthy.
Yeah.
And happy. That's good. That's what's up, man. Wow. So, all right. So I think you were comparing it to your pregnancy. So, and you told me about your condition, but I didn't even like know that was like a whole condition though.
It is. I forgot what they called it. I'll figure it out my next pregnancy, I guess, one day.
I got you. All right. Well, again, congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
So let's talk about how we met. Right. So we met for the podcast, we were working at 4800.
Woo woo.
And, you're officially the second person I had from 4800 on the podcast. So, Jaylina, you say you did watch the episode, right?
Yeah. You sent it to me and I watched it. It was good.
Yep.
Shout out to Jaylina.
Shout out to Jaylina. That was episode 3. Yeah, she used to bartend there. I think she's still currently working at Sticks and Beans. But yeah, that was a fun episode. So tell the podcast about your experience working at 4800. Like, how'd you like it?
So
it was a wild ride, yo.
It was. So 4800 was my first ever club ever. So
really,
yeah. Can I tell you how I got into nightlife?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was going to ask about that. Yeah. So this is like your intro story.
Yes.
Into nightlife. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So basically, I was working at CarMax, and I was like, I need another job. Right. And I went to go work at Amazon, but the hours were just so crazy with me having 2 kids. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I had to put my elementary schooler on the bus. It was just too much because this is in 2022.
Right.
So I'm like, what can I do to find extra income that it's flexible? I needed a job that was flexible with my schedule.
Right.
That I can make easy cash like every week.
Right.
Like Amazon, but not like an Amazon.
Right.
So I was talking to this guy who was a manager at a club in Charlotte, and I was like, "Hey, I kind of want to get into nightlife. Like I be seeing you post all the time, and I kind of want to get into nightlife." Yeah. So he told me to apply to his club, but obviously that club was like, it's one of the high ranks in Charlotte. So really? I knew I wasn't getting in there, but I did try to apply. They never hit me up.
What club?
It was Cloud.
Oh, you tried to get in Cloud?
Yes, really? But that's when I was like, I'm young. I don't know anything. I was just trying stuff, But Cloud be looking for a certain type of girl, and I definitely understand that. I'm not saying I'm ugly or nothing. I'm beautiful, but they be wanting that certain type of girl. So
I think I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah, I'm like them with you. Yeah. So
yes.
Cloud.
So Cloud. So that didn't work out, and then he was like,
So did you apply there? Did you go interview and everything?
No, I didn't. No, they never hit me up. I emailed them. Mm-hmm.
Would you like send like Instagram or something or?
Yeah, like I sent them a DM. Like I did what he told me to do. I can't really remember everything he said, but I did. I know for sure I didn't get hit back up, but it was no like. I still love Cloud. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So then he was like, "Hey, I'm actually gonna get ready to be a chef at this new place opened up. It's kind of like Jamaican style. He was like, it's 4,800. And he was like, this is the information, you know, send your stuff there, see if, you know, you can get on there. So I was like, cool. So I told him I did everything. And he was like, all right, bet. I want him getting a call. And she's like, hey, can you come for an interview at this time? And I was like, cool, okay. So I had talked to Carmex. They let me get off like an hour early so I could go to the interview. Yeah. And I went. I kind of like dressed up, you know, because my finger was nice. You know, it's still
Who's
nice.
your interview with over there?
What was her name? What's her name?
She had the dreads.
Yes. Was it Angel? No, I thought it was Angela or something like that.
With the dreads?
Angel, something like that. No.
Oh, maybe it was. I don't know.
No, Angel was the body girl. But no, I'm saying like I thought it was. I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember her name. But I interviewed with her.
She had dreads.
Yes.
Yeah.
She the one who did all the hiring for the bottle girls.
Okay.
So I went in there and I had met with her and I told her this is my first time, but I was a server for years. Alicia. I knew it started with an A.
Yep.
But I told her, I was a server for years at McAllister's Deli. Like, I worked there for 7 years, so I know how to serve, customer service, things like that. And she's like, okay, I'm going to give you a chance. She's like, I think you're a pretty girl, you know, nice personality, you know, body type is nice. I'll give you a chance. So I was like,
you know, it's funny. She goes to the gym out here.
For real?
I just seen her. I think she just started going out there. Because she was like in Colombia or some shit like that. But yeah, I just seen her. Just the other day. Saw her yesterday, yeah.
Shout out to Alicia.
Yep. All right, so she interviewed you and then you got started there?
Yes. Yeah. So my first day, I was working with, you know, girls who had been all over the city. Like,
right.
Because it
was a few folks that came there
from different clubs that came there. And this is before I knew, like, in nightlife, the girls travel to each new club. Like, anytime a new club comes up, everybody's going to go apply to that club. Yeah. That's just how it goes. But I didn't know that. Right. So I'm seeing girls, I'm working with strippers, it's bottle girls, there's girls like bartenders that want to be bottle girls now. It's a whole like mixture of women. Yeah. And I had never worked with so many women before. Right. So I feel like I was a little naive going in.
Really?
Yeah. Like I didn't realize how catty women can be.
I was going to use the word catty.
Yeah. About like money and tables and sections and dudes coming in. Like it's really like it's a different type of league. Like you got to have tough skin. And I didn't have that at first.
With dudes coming in, like niggas, like girls getting catty over that. Like walk us through like a situation. Like how does that play out? So nigga walks in.
I guess like it really didn't happen. Okay, so I can say one night where I think we had an artist coming in, and basically the girls who I felt like maybe were like 4,800 like favorites at the time. Right. They had some favorites. They made the schedule, and they put everybody else who wasn't really known upstairs. Like we all were stuck upstairs, and they were out downstairs. So we didn't make no money upstairs. Nobody was upstairs. Yeah. They were just standing there, and we got to come down and help them run bottle shows. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, like.
So nobody was going up there?
Nobody was up there. We didn't have no tables.
Who was the artist?
I can't remember who the artist was at the time. I know it wasn't Big Boogie. I know he came, Kate Camp King, but it wasn't one of them. I forgot who it was.
I mean, I've seen that place packed out where motherfuckers is upstairs getting sections too.
But it wasn't one of them nights.
It wasn't one of them nights. Mm-hmm. Okay. So shout out. So you recognize the couch you're sitting on?
Is this from 4,800?
Yep. I done talked about that. But this is one of the couches from upstairs.
Wow. Yep. Okay. Back to our stomping grounds.
Yeah, I know. So, KB. Shout out to my nigga KB. KB. Yeah, KB. You know he did you get him in there or did you like talk about it all when you interviewed over there or not?
No. So I didn't know KB until like later on. Yeah.
Yeah, so that nigga, I be helping that nigga with a lot of shit. So I remember, when they closed down, right? They had like took a whole bunch of shit out of there.
Wow.
So actually, they were like locked out because like I think the landlord or some shit tried to like keep all their shit. They was like, nah,
they
fuck
was
that.
On that man. Yeah, that man wanted his money.
Exactly. So,
but shout out to 4,800. Thank God for the opportunity.
Yo. Yeah, niggas making some money in there. There was some fun times in there. You know what I'm saying? I DJ'd in there a bunch of times. I kind of like got to do a lot of practice in there and everything. But yeah, I mean, it was a dope experience. Like, what was like your favorite thing about like working there? What were some things like you really liked?
So I feel like 4,800 helped me find my feeling sexy.
Really?
Yeah. So I felt like I was always a pretty girl, but 4,800 I felt like
you are very pretty.
Thank you. Yeah. I just felt like I felt sexy, like with the outfits, some of the outfits we wear. You know, the women compliment men, like it was just really nice to just meet people.
What are your thoughts on the outfits? You think it's so you say you liked it?
So okay, 4,800. We did okay. Some of the clubs out here, I feel like they just dress too trashy.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's like you're not a stripper.
Okay.
Like you're making money, and I'm not gonna hold you. Because even with the outfits we wear with those leotards, I used to tell them all the time, I'm not dressing in this, and we're not making no money. Like if I can't at least make $500, why am I showing all my body?
Right.
When I could just put some short biker shorts on and a cute shirt or a cute hat.
Yeah, fucking stand
a cute
on that.
crop top and make the same amount of money.
It's got to be worth the bread. You got to be making the bread to be showing you.
Because if that's the case, I could just go to Onyx.
Yeah.
And strip. Like, for real, I'm just saying. Like, I don't feel like you need to show off all your body and you're only getting $150.
Yeah. And
that's what some of our nights look like. So I was like, it's not that deep.
What was like the worst outfit that you had there? Because like, so how did y'all pick the outfits? Because I don't think I've ever talked about this on the podcast before.
So we had a bottle. So every bottle, like every club usually has a girl that's like the bottle leader.
The bottle leader.
The bottle girl leader.
The bottle leader. Hold on. What I'm looking for? Yeah, that's the one. The bottle fucking leader.
So every like club has that. So ours was Angel, love Angel down.
Oh yeah,
shout out to Angel.
That was the low Asian girl, right?
Yeah,
the Asian one. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah,
beautiful and thick.
She was the leader.
Yeah, she was the bottle girl leader for a while. Yeah,
but she like left after a while.
She did. 'Cause she was over there. She was over there crap.
Yeah, somebody took over for her.
Yeah, but she would kind of go through and be like, okay, we need to get these outfits and stuff. Right. Which I never did. I never minded buying outfits, but like I had told her, I'm not gonna keep buying outfits if we're not making no money. Like it has to make sense because the whole purpose of me getting a second job was because I need extra money.
Right.
So I was like, I can't keep putting money towards outfits and we're not making no money, and I'm using my job to pay for the outfits. That doesn't make sense.
So wait a minute. You keep saying you wasn't making no money, but like was that off the rip or just after a while you wasn't making no money? Because I feel like they got a little popping off the rip though at first.
Okay, so just because the place,
I'll qualify.
Okay.
The bartending experience is always different than the bottle girls and the waitresses.
Exactly. So was I thankful and was it something extra? Yes, but it wasn't. First of all, money was always a little funny sometimes, and then also. It wasn't
money's funny like what?
Like we only get paid weekly.
Oh
so
yeah, they was giving us checks and shit, right?
Yeah, so I felt it was hard to kind of keep up with your money all the way.
Yeah.
Like you kind of lose your slips, and then I just feel like for instance, I would get a cash app. It's only $260. I didn't work 3-4 days.
Okay, yeah.
So it just wasn't making.
You gotta keep up with them slips.
Exactly, but it just wasn't as busy. I feel like the bar was actually really booming. Like bartenders could actually do pretty well, but the servers, and usually I'd be 1 or 2 servers. We were doing okay, but it wasn't like. Right. It wasn't all that for me. Okay. I've gone to other places. The other place I worked at, I made way more money.
Yeah, you must have had some good nights there though. Some.
Yeah. I think the most I ever made a night there was $600. We put your
one time? Oh yeah. Wait, so that was just one time or?
Yeah, like I didn't.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I was not eating there. I stayed because I cared about the people that work there. Like I really like the staff. Yeah. We all were a family.
That's true. One thing about working in nightlife, a lot of times. A lot of people stick around just because the people that work there.
Yeah.
That's real. I'm putting applause on that. Yeah. I wanted to ask you to comment on like some of the people that work there if you want to shout some people out. Cause I miss my 4800 family, man. I miss y'all, man.
Of course.
We need to have like a little reunion.
Yes.
We should plan a reunion party.
We should.
You heard it right here on the podcast, episode 17. You heard it here first. 4800 reunion party. If all the people that fuck with 4800 that work there, if you're watching this, reunion party this summer, let's go.
Period.
Yeah.
So of course I appreciate KB because KB actually would do stuff outside of 4800 with us. Yeah. Like we would go to different places and hang out. He would have us over, have pool
That's
parties.
True. Yeah,
and
we did have a couple pool parties, like 1 or 2. Yep.
Yeah, and then
we definitely need to have a pool party fucking this summer.
Yes, that'd be lit.
Niggas working now,
getting right.
Hey, what's up? Check that pool party up, but yeah.
So I met Nikita there. Nikita's my best friend. So I'm shout out to Nikita.
I love Nikita. Nikita's supposed to do the podcast when I first started, but she ain't come through yet. But
She
It's
gonna
still
come.
invited, Nikita.
She gonna
It's still
come.
invited.
And then Bree, big booty Bree. That's my boo. So
The bartender Bree.
yeah, light skin Bree,
Yeah,
big booty Bree.
Yep, I fuck with Bree.
So
I saw Bree recently.
Yes, I met a few friends. Naja, I love Naja down.
Yep, Naja. I saw Naja. I don't know if she's still working there, but she was at Euphoria 6.
I don't know if she's still there. We don't talk as much, but that's my boo always still.
Yeah, because I was DJing there for like a couple weeks, but
okay.
I seen her there. She was bartending.
Okay.
Yeah, when I walked in,
Isn't
she
that
was
Vito
like,
spot?
oh. Yeah, Vito do got interest in that.
Okay.
I don't know if you know my nigga Cabello. Oh, I need to go over there and talk to him. I want to get him on the podcast. My nigga Cabello. Yes, you do. African, like heavy set.
Maybe, probably if I seen him.
Yeah, if you seen him, yeah, because he used to come in 4800 all the time. Yeah, him, Vito, this other lady. I'm pretty sure you don't know her. But yeah, they like all kind of run that shit together. So
all right, that's lit.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say that's one of my favorite things about that spot too. You know, like the people that work there and everything.
I did have a few issues with some of them.
Talk about
I
it.
had like the most now.
Where? Hey, Juliet don't fucking play. I seen you turn up on motherfuckers. I seen it. I think I done seen you turn up on customers too, man.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it. I feel like
Anybody
don't disrespect me. At the end of the day, this is my job.
Wait, so what happened?
I'm not gonna say her name.
Yeah, don't say no names, but you can talk about. You can talk us through the story.
Yeah. So basically, it was a bartender there. She real cute.
Oh, it's a bartender.
Yeah, we're cool now. It's no smoke or nothing like that. But I just feel like her attitude was off. My thing is, don't bring that to this job. We all got a lot going on. Everybody knew when 4800 was running, you had to be on edge. You had to be on prepared. You got to be prepared because it's not gonna run smoothly. Like sometimes we'll get there on Sunday for brunch. It's no cooks here yet. Nothing is made. Yeah. We gotta wait 2 hours for snapper to be prepared. Like you know what I'm saying? The rice and peas is not ready. Yeah. So you just never knew what you're gonna get. So it's like you have to have an attitude that is willing to go with the flow. Mm-hmm. And so her attitude was just, I'm like, stop talking to me crazy.
Right.
I said, because I look nice, but I'm not nice.
Right. She's talking to you crazy.
She's talking me crazy. I had to let her know, stop talking to me crazy.
Right.
And after that, she stopped talking to me crazy.
Was she there for a long time or she was like, because a lot of bartenders kind of left pretty early. She
was kind of on the other half of like the ending part of me being there. But she wasn't on like the ending part of them. But she was on the other half of me, like on the ending part of me being there. Really? Yeah.
So when did you actually leave? Because I feel like you were working there.
Yeah, I was still working there. You
was working at like 2 or 3 different places at once.
Yeah, I was.
When you started working at
Harold's, I was still working at 4800.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still.
And I feel like you was somewhere else too, or you tried to work somewhere else.
I tried Jamaican flavor for a day.
Jamaican flavor.
It was too good for me.
Yeah,
but I did try.
That's over there like Graham or some shit, right? I do remember that spot. Yep. Yeah,
but that was about it.
That was okay.
That was it. I honestly left 4800. I started Harold's in 2022, so that's when I they opened in 2021, right? 4800.
Yeah.
So I stuck with them until like almost the mid of 2022, and then I had to go because it just wasn't no purpose. And it was a shootout. That was my last. Like that was my last show. I think I went one more time after that. I couldn't do that. Yeah. Wait, I was there.
Was that when the car crashed through the building?
No, that was another time I wasn't there. That was later on. But this was in 2022. There was a shootout. I was there. I actually know. I kind of feel like I know the people that came back and shot up the club. It wasn't because of me though.
How'd that happen?
So basically, they was in there. You know, 4800 was having a ghetto crowd. So
yeah, they did have a ratchet crowd.
Yeah. So they were there. They got into it. Remember that couple that used to be the hookah people? That couple, the little light skinned couple. They was kind of hookah people. Yeah. Yep. They got into it with them about like sitting on a couch or something about seating. I'm like, ain't nobody in this club. Why are y'all arguing about spots? Right. They got into about the spots. Security wound up stepping in, tell them they gotta go because it was starting to get a little rowdy. And then I know it had because nobody else had beef that night. The club was so slow, nothing was going on. And then somebody starts pulling up, and somebody was in the bathroom, but thankfully they wasn't close enough in that stall like what it was. They started shooting and the bullets went through the bathroom. Oh my god! They was trying to shoot at the security guard. They was shooting up the place, and I was in there like cleaning up. I was on the other side, so the other side, like through the main entrance.
You said that was the last straw.
That was the last straw for me. It was just like, this just too ghetto.
That was after I was gone.
Yeah, you weren't even DJing no more.
Nah, yeah, because them niggas was fucking with the money, like you said. That's wild though.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
I was scared as hell. I was like, I got too many kids. I got to get the hell on.
Mm-hmm.
Just it.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned Harold's. You were working there at the same time.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit? How long did you? So I think that's the last place we worked at together.
It was.
Right?
It was.
Harold's. Yeah. Because you were there long after I left.
Yeah.
You want to know? I didn't even quit. They just stopped putting me on a schedule.
For real?
Yeah, because like
I heard your schedule was like real finicky. Like you wasn't really giving them no days. That's what I heard. Like you being kind of difficult.
I wasn't even being difficult. I wasn't even being difficult. I was being very easy. It just was what it was. Like I had a full-time job during the week, and I was in school.
Well, yeah. So it's like
I'm finished now.
It's either you can work with it or you can't.
Shout out to me.
Congratulations.
Actually, yeah, I graduate on May 17th.
Yeah.
So I finished last year, but the actual graduation, like, the hood with the cap and gown and shit, May 17th.
Okay, that's what's up. That's lit.
Yep, Wake Forest. Like over there. But yeah, I mean, like Dante, shout out to my nigga Dante. I think he was managing at the time, managing the bar.
Mm.
And they had like a bunch of turnover with their bartender. He don't work there no more, but I think at the time he had called me one day. Was like, yeah, man. I guess also
I got my bartending license through him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we can talk about that. but the thing is, like, it was kind of slowing down there. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it wasn't
let's
enough,
talk about it.
Yeah, it wasn't enough money to go around. So, like I said, like I was already working at other bars anyway. I have a full-time job, but then like I was also bartending at Explicit.
Yeah. So you was good. You straight.
And I want to say was I somewhere else? I can't remember, but because I worked so many places, but I know I was definitely working at Explicit at the time. I don't think I was working anywhere else because I have quit 4000 by then. But I feel like there was some overlap. I feel like I might have been working at Harold's when it first opened too.
Because when we went to the training, remember they had us come in for different trainings. I seen you.
Yeah.
I was like, look at Stefan.
Yeah, I might have been because I was definitely working at like 3 different bars at different points in my career. But I know it doesn't matter. Minute details. So how long did you stay there, and why did you leave?
So I was there for like a year and a half. I opened them as well.
Right. So you opened 4800. You opened Harold's.
Yeah, and the Marquee.
And you opened the Marquee. All right, so we're gonna hold off the Marquee, but we went on Harold's right now.
Okay.
All right, so Harold's. You opened up Harold's.
So you said why did I leave Harold's?
Yeah.
So when I left Harold's, I have a child with somebody who used to work there.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was drama. It was a lot of drama with girls.
Wait, that is the new baby.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I think I remember. Yeah, cause you was messing with somebody there.
Not him though.
Not him?
Cut this out.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh.
I was to cut that out.
Wait. All right. So, okay. So you continue. You say you were talking to somebody there.
Right. So I was talking to somebody there. It wanted to be in some. It just honestly, it was just a lot of drama. I was tired. It was just a lot of drama. Especially like with one of the servers. She had left and then she came back, but she swore he was her man and all this, and she was making like crazy rumors about me. So I was like, yeah, it's just time to go. Time to go.
Right.
Cause I'm just was over the drama. Like every week it was something. Like I was accused of this, accused of that.
What?
I was just tired of that.
Accused of what? Like for example, like
people try to say I was selling my body. For
what?
money. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying. Just crazy stuff.
Nah, hell no.
Like messing with people for bags. That type of stuff. Like crazy. Just crazy allegations.
For bags?
Mm-hmm.
You work at Harold's though. Wait, he was working in the kitchen?
Was I working in the kitchen?
No, I'm saying the baby daddy.
Yeah.
Where?
But they're talking about other people.
Oh, other people.
I did have a couple, sugar daddy.
Yeah. So fuck. Hey,
everybody's not getting sugar though.
Nah,
this is what they,
okay. Yeah, I got you.
I'm dead serious though. You said it like you don't believe me. Okay.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I think. I don't know. Did you introduce me to one before? Maybe.
Probably.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. Keep going.
But basically, it just wasn't a good fit for me anymore. Like the money was really dying down, and then I'm like, we're not making enough money, and it's too much drama.
Down.
But I do
the
appreciate.
Money was good at first,
it was really good. But I do appreciate Harold's for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah,
they gave me some money in my pocket, a lot of money. That's the most I ever made in nightlife. So forever, thank you, Harold's. It wasn't exactly Harold's. It was just the staff.
Real talk. I ain't gonna hold you. I might have been. Yeah, I think I might have made the most in a single day there too. Shout out to Harold's, and I shouted them out on here before. I ain't gonna lie. Like when they first opened, shit was legit. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I do like about Harold's is like, they actually do try to have like a system. Mm-hmm. I mean, you were there for the long haul, so I mean, if shit was breaking down, you could probably talk to them like more so than I can. But they do have a system, and I did get all my money on time, exact to the fucking penny, every fucking time. At least I did. I mean,
I love it for you.
I done heard some stories though from some people, but I'm not gonna repeat any of that. But yeah, like, and then like simple menu, chicken, fish, waffles, shit like that, fries. I'm over here getting fucking hungry now talking about this shit, man. Now I'm not gonna lie, the waffle shit was funny though.
I was there when it got. I was there. Do you want to know the story? Do you want to know the story?
Yes. The podcast wants to know the story.
Oh my gosh.
Go through the story.
So, I was working. This was in June. This was in June. It was summertime. Yeah.
2022.
So I had, I was working, like when I first got to Heroes, I was working at a credit union. Like I was a loan officer, but I was making so much money at Heroes.
This is in 2023, I think.
2023, yeah.
Yeah.
2023, yeah.
Because I just started school, yep.
Yeah. So I was a loan officer. I quit in March. I went to Vegas and I literally came back and I was done with the credit union because I was like I was making like $1,500 a week
at Harold's.
Alone, like just serving 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get people on permanently, or they're gonna have to start cutting hours. And I'm like, well, I'm making so much good money. Like I'm able to spend more time with my kids. I don't gotta wake up early, go be dressed up. Like I just can wear shorts and crop tops and things like that. So I was like, cool, I'll try to do this full time. Mm-hmm. So doing that full time, it was kind of slowing down a little bit because obviously the hype. Was amazing and things like that.
At the beginning. It's a nice space.
Yeah, it's huge. It's one of the biggest spots in Charlotte. So it did start slowing down, but that's estimated with any spot once it gets, acclimated and things like that. So it was June. Mm-hmm. I was getting ready to get off. Actually, a girl had came in and she was like, I want you to come work at the Monarch. This was before it shut down. And she was like, you got a great personality. Mm-hmm. So you got a great personality and everything. So I was like, all right, but like we was trying to kind of figure out how to find second hustles or what we're going to do because we like, Harold's is kind of dying down, but we love our job here, but we trying to, get that extra income still to make sure everything's adding up.
Yep.
And we were sitting there. We on Instagram, Charlotte lit.
Oh my God.
When I seen that post, it was like the drainage of the waffle. I was like, oh my gosh. But I immediately knew it was sabotaged. You know what I'm saying? They did sabotage it.
It was on purpose.
On purpose. Because she was upset. Because basically what happened was she was upset that the manager would only refund her for the chicken. The manager was not willing to refund the whole meals, and she felt like her food wasn't fresh. But that's before we started. That's before they got that warm container. Mm-hmm. So this is in the beginning when they didn't have that warm container. They just would have the stuff sitting out. So when Postmates and DoorDash and stuff came pick up the food, if you're not there to get it when it's fresh out, it's not gonna be as good. But then that's when they got that heater to protect the food and make it hot. So when people pick it up, okay, it's still hot. It's still giving that freshness out the kitchen.
Yeah.
So
I remember the video, but I can't remember explicitly this. So they filmed this from their house?
Yeah.
It was like a takeout order.
Yeah, it was a takeout order.
So what do you think they did? Because I heard rumors that they might have I think
they added oil. I think they added oil. Because we did a test in the back. We did a test in the back with our actual own waffles. Yeah, we did it.
They did an actual test?
Yeah, we did it. Because we wanted to see.
That's why I shout out the house, man, because this nigga in the system, they actually went and did a test, did some due diligence, and actually went and tested and checked their shit. A lot of people would probably just talk shit and said, fuck you.
Yeah.
But they actually, went and backed it up. So that's true. Yeah. I got that.
So, it was okay after that. Business was a little... Business was definitely a little bit down after that. But, I stuck that all the way through. What? I actually was a lead for them at one point. Like, I was the first lead.
Really? Mm-hmm. Lead server?
Yeah.
Okay.
but the pay was not what they said it was gonna be, so I had to go.
What?
I had to step down. I continued to work there, but I wasn't gonna be no
So
server.
they like pay you like a certain hourly wage, and you can still make tips and shit.
Yeah, they were trying to do $5. No, ma'am, no sir.
Yeah, well, I guess you.
I
mean, normal shit is what, $213, right?
But this is to be a lead.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're part management. Like we were supposed to close and do stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far into it because the pay wasn't right.
Right.
But we're supposed to be making schedules and doing things. So you're supposed to get paid. Because I was a lead at other restaurants before.
Right.
And you always get extra money wage when you work that part. So it was cool though. I had my good times, my bad times there. I still it's just one of those things. It just is what it is with them. Mm-hmm. But I do appreciate them for giving me the opportunity because I did make the most money I ever made in nightlife.
Made the most bread.
I felt like I was a dancer the way I was making money.
Well, yeah. I made the most money I ever made in one day there.
Yeah.
When
I was pregnant, right before I left, maybe like a month before I left, I made $1,000 a day.
Word?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out the house, man. Yeah, I could get it back to that. It's, they been having some big events though. They be having some big events on that other side, that VIP side, which I hardly worked on. I ain't like working over there though. The VIP side.
I'm just gonna drink my drink.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna drink my drink on that. But it's real cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go. I used to go back like even after. I guess they fired me, but I mean even after that, like I used to still go back there sometimes and like get some shit, like get the food and shit. But I haven't been in forever. You don't go?
No.
Hell no, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did you fuck with the managers there? No. Nah.
No.
Not really? Stay silent on that one?
Yeah. They be trying to send out NDAs. Not NDAs. They be trying to send out, what is it called?
Oh, like cease and desist. Yeah.
That's what they tried to do.
Don't try to sue me, man. We ain't talking no shit over here. We just, now we said is not. It's not like anything we're saying is not true though anyway. So
yeah. But no, it wasn't that. I just feel like sometimes when you have management in nightlife, sometimes they don't know how to talk to people. That's all.
Mm-hmm. I never had that problem though over there.
You weren't there long enough. And you had like easy bar managers. The servers managers was something else.
I guess.
Yeah, the server managers was something else. The bar managers are pretty cool. But the server managers were definitely something else.
Really?
Both that I had.
Yeah.
Especially the last one that I ended on with.
Did you ever try bartending there?
No.
No, never?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But yeah, but the last server manager I had was terrible. So
really?
Yeah. Okay. She was as messy as the coworker.
We had a good bar manager. I can't remember her name. She was the lady from like Michigan.
Yeah, Ann, right? It was
Ann. Yeah,
yes,
Ann
was
with
cool.
the dreads.
Shout out to Ann.
Ann was cool as fuck, man. I don't know where she is, if she's even still out here. She might have moved back home.
I think she was working at the post office. Someone had told me she was working at the post office, but I don't know if she's still there or not.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Enough about Harold's. Let's get to learn a little bit more about Juliet, the person. Right now, you're from Louisiana.
Yes, New Orleans.
New Orleans specifically.
Yes, but I like to say I was born in New Orleans, but I was raised in Charlotte.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So you actually didn't spend that much time in New Orleans, or?
But almost half my life, almost. But yeah, so
half your life in New Orleans?
Almost.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I would say I was born in New Orleans, but I was raised in Charlotte mostly.
All right. So how old were you when you moved here?
About 9 or 10. So I'm saying like
10.
Yeah, that's why I was like born in New Orleans but raised in Charlotte.
You still got some memories from there.
Yeah, but I only moved because of Hurricane Katrina.
That's why. Oh, so you moved after Katrina?
Yeah, that's the only reason I moved here. So if Katrina wouldn't have happened, I would still be there.
So your parents brought you here?
Mm-hmm. My dad's in Arkansas.
And none of your family stayed behind or went back?
All my family's still there.
In Louisiana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go back often then?
Not as often as I would like, just because I got a lot of kids now.
Okay.
It's expensive. But we're going to go back next year.
But you don't got no New Orleans accent.
No, some things I say, it'd be like, certain things I say.
Maybe. I feel like not enough though.
Not enough. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say born in New Orleans, raised in Charlotte.
Okay. Interesting twang. So what part of New Orleans are you from then?
The 9th Ward. The hood.
The 9th Ward.
The hood.
Is that the one that Lil Wayne's from? Or is that, I can't remember.
I think he's from Holly Grove. I don't know where he.
9th Ward. Okay.
Well, the 9th and the 7th. That's
The
the
9th and
both
the
wars.
7th.
Yeah, so
I
I
think
would
he might have
say
been 7th.
I was from
So his
both.
9th ward. You was from both? Oh, so you is from the hood.
Yeah, I lived in the
Uh,
projects. Like where I live at now, I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
all right,
I'm from the
so
hood.
I can look this up, I guess, but like what rappers are from the 9th ward specifically?
So we know, like, okay, no, I don't know that part.
No?
I don't think. I thought you were gonna say New Orleans.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, we know like, the big ones.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna say like,
I don't know. I ain't gonna hold
Nah.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I did.
So you were 9 when you moved here?
Yeah.
Okay. And Charlotte was the only city you've ever lived in North Carolina? Did you like kind of come straight here?
So I used to live in Greensboro when I was like 3. My mom told me, but it was only for a year.
Really?
So,
Greensboro?
yeah.
My
I don't
mom's
remember
a High
that.
Point.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's not far from Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So well, you spent like some early formative years in New Orleans, right? I wanted to ask you about like some of the party culture there. Cause like New Orleans has like, I mean, you go back though.
Yeah, so
right?
I've been there as an adult and seen stuff and been with my family. Like,
Exactly.
my family's definitely
so you've been there.
lit.
So all right. So you went and turned up there, of course.
Of course, my
All right.
family's there.
All right. So like up in New York, like the big thing, at least like back in the day, is like black parties, especially like certain parts like Brooklyn, stuff like that. I talked about that with my nigga DJ Block on my last episode. Like maybe like out here, like Texas, they do like rodeos and shit like that. Like, what's like the New Orleans thing to do? If it's like if it's like a gathering at a party, what's the cultural thing for New Orleans that's distinct there?
You gonna have a second line.
A second line.
Yes, a second line.
What is that? Explain that for the podcast.
So a second line is basically, it's a dance. Like for instance, you get umbrellas, like our colorful umbrellas from Mardi Gras colors. You get scarves, handkerchiefs, all types of things.
Right.
And you dance and you just
Okay.
you walk in a line. Usually they have I don't want to say their names wrong. I don't know what they're called, but usually it's people that go to the parade. I can show you like a video. But usually it's like people that go to the parade.
Yeah.
And not just parade, but like other events, and they kind of dress up. They kind of lead it. They blow whistles. They play drums. It's music. You're just dancing around, spinning in circles, walking in circles, like walking down the street. But we do second line for anything. If you die, you get in the second line. You're getting married, you get in the second line. A family reunion, you get in the second line. So anything causes a second line to happen.
So it's not like a parade though.
No, it's just a group of, like, let me show you.
It'd be like on the street, like up and down the street or something.
Yes, up and down the street.
Okay. It'd be like y'all be like cooking food and shit.
I know how to cook New Orleans food. I make gumbo. I make jambalaya, red beans and
Gumbo,
rice.
jambalaya, red beans and rice.
Etouffee. I do all of it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it right now because we when I went a couple years ago, we had the second line. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, it's coming up.
Second
So
line.
like, you see how they all just kind of dancing?
Yeah.
Well, that's my kid acting crazy. Oh yeah, you see that's them. So that's when they come in, they do the second line.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they got the.
Yeah, you see how they got the instruments, the umbrellas and stuff. So they literally going down.
They got like the West African Haitian shit. Voodoo mask and shit.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Very
some real
big.
New Orleans shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
have
what
you,
we've
have
been
you
doing.
So obviously as a kid, you were there for like Mardi Gras. But have you been back as an adult for Mardi
I
Gras?
haven't. I want to go back.
You
But it's like
haven't?
every time we want to go back, I'm pregnant.
Really? So you're pregnant this past Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I just had the baby
Okay.
at this past Mardi Gras. So I was like, I got to stay at the house.
Okay. How's the baby
like-
again?
He's 6 months.
He's 6 months.
Mhm.
Wow. Damn. I did go to Mardi Gras.
How was it?
It was dope.
You seen him get the Jerry beads?
Did I get any
No,
beads?
did you see them get the Jerry beads?
Yeah, I did. I went when I was 18, yo. Crazy fucking story.
People lose their mind.
Nigga, what? I was in college. It was me and my boys, freshman year. And this was like the weekend before Fat Tuesday. I think it's like a fucking Thursday. And we didn't have class maybe or something that Friday, or I can't remember if we went on Saturday. Yeah, but anyway, I think we left on Friday morning. But it was me and four other of my homies. I think we only had like maybe $300 between us. And like some garbage weed, like a little half ounce of that. No hotel, nowhere to stay or nothing.
That's one on the arm and a prayer.
Yeah. In my car. We all rode in my Jeep. I had a Jeep Cherokee, 2001 Jeep Cherokee. We all rode down there, slept in that bitch for 3 days. Yeah, we were just basically turning up around the clock and drove back.
No showers or nothing?
No showers, no nothing, yo. Yeah.
I know y'all was stanky.
Yeah, but we didn't give a fuck, yo. We were young. We were like 18. Like, we were just like drinking.
Just a vibe. I love that for
just
y'all.
like having a good time. But like we took naps and shit. But yeah, we roughed it out, yo, for like 2 days. Me and the bros.
That's a situation right there.
I think somebody threw up in my car on the way back.
Oh my God.
I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was my nigga Reggie, rest in peace. Or my nigga Vontae, yo. But it was crazy. Yep. We had lost one of my homies too. Like right before we left, we couldn't find him for like 12 hours.
Where was he at?
We don't know. We have an idea.
He's okay now though?
He's fine now. But yeah, we found him in a hotel. And
he was outside.
there's some theories as to what happened, but he didn't want to talk about it. But anyway. So yeah, on that note, I wanted to talk about some bounce music. Right? I want to do like a little music quiz.
Okay,
we're gonna have a little fun.
Gonna fail, but okay.
You're not gonna fail. We're gonna play some tracks. Okay. But before we do that, we're gonna take a quick break because we're at 50 minutes right now, and I gotta take a piss. I've been drinking. But we're gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, we're gonna get into some bounce music. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna play some tracks, and then we're gonna do the rest of this interview. Okay. All right, be right back. All right, we're back. Oh yeah, so we gotta do some music. That's right. We're gonna play a couple New Orleans tracks. Here you go with we're just gonna see if she recollects some of this. Particularly bounce music, if I can help it.
Okay, that's what's up. You multi-talented. I love that.
Won't you make noise? I say them Bird Town building got some hot boys. Even from the 10 wall, won't you make noise? I say them St. Thomas building got some hot boys. Even from the 4 wall, won't you make noise? I say them Alabama buildings got some hot boys. Even from the 3rd wall, won't you make noise? I say them Calio buildings got some hot boys. Even from the 9th wall, won't you make noise? I say them Zaya buildings got some hot boys. Even from the 7th wall, won't you make noise? I say them St. Bernard buildings got some hot boys.
I know the song, but I don't know who's singing, but I know the song.
Now if you got your thongs on, clap your hands. If you keep your coochie clean, clap your hands. You's an independent woman, clap your hands. If you got it going on, clap your hands. Now check this out. We gonna get this thing started like this here. Left leg first and then right leg. Come on. Left leg one time. Right leg one time. To the front 2 times. To the back 2 times. Now walk like Ronald. Girl, walk like Ronald. Hot boy Ronald. 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 Walk like Ronald. Hot boy.
She rolled that dick like a soldier. She rolled it like a soldier. She rolled it like a jungle soldier. She rolled that dick like a soldier.
Now, if you don't play, then you playing. Bouncy biggity, bouncy biggity. You better play that one. That's the real anthem. Bouncy biggity. That's my song right there.
All right, y'all. Well, that was a little, we just played some little bounce music,
terribly, but it's okay.
For the soul of New Orleans. I was supposed to have my mic plugged in yesterday. I couldn't hear me talking over there. So, Juliet handled the commentary for me over there. Appreciate you. All right. So yeah, New Orleans lit parties. You was talking about the second line, right?
Yes.
What's the drink in New Orleans? Like, all right, you were older when you started drinking, like, you know, when you were living out here. But like in New Orleans, like, what's the shit they drink in New Orleans that niggas drink?
I'm trying to think. My cousins and them was drinking when I was out there. Like maybe like hurricanes and stuff. Like it's a drink called the Hurricanes. They be drinking that, and it's kind of like, why would you be drinking that and we be getting hurricanes?
Really?
But you know, people just be doing stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I like it because New Orleans, you know, you can drink out like in the streets. You can't do that here. Like you can bring you can literally buy your liquor and go out in the street and just drink and just go out your day.
Exactly. I feel like there's like, I don't know if niggas drink like bourbon down there or fucking like cognac, Hennessy. Niggas
They do.
Drink
they like
whatever.
dark. They like the dark.
They like the dark.
They do
down
like
there?
the dark.
Niggas don't be on that tequila like
Not
that.
much. We really,
Not much.
yeah.
Vodka, none of that shit.
Because like I had to tell my family, I was like, hey, I got some tequila, and they was looking at me mad crazy.
Word. The dark.
Yeah. They definitely.
What kind of dark specifically though?
They love Hennessy.
They love Hennessy.
Yeah, that was it. Really,
That makes sense.
Like, well, at least my cousins and them.
I can see that for sure.
Hennessy. And I was
I
like,
mean, Hennessy is French.
I can't do the Hennessy.
Low-key.
Hennessy make me want to get naked.
Oh, okay. I don't have any Henny here. I got 1738 downstairs though. All right. So you're talking about college. You're going back to school now.
Yes.
Yeah, big congrats. So tell the podcast what you're doing.
So I'm in school for healthcare administration.
Okay.
I currently work at a health center. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got that job while I was pregnant, I started at a health center while I was pregnant.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. I was making appointments for patients, letting providers know patients need refills, just different things like that. That's how I started last year, March. And then I went to Jamaica with my best friend, Nikita. Shout out to Nikita again.
Hey.
And she was like, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, well, I explained to her what I do at my health center. And she was like, well, that's healthcare administration, Juliet. And so she literally helped me get back into school, helped me fill my financial aid, all of it, so I can get back into school. So I've been in school since I was pregnant with Amari. It's probably my third or fourth semester now.
Yeah.
That I've been in school. So I'm doing healthcare administration. I'm going for my bachelor's.
Okay.
So I'm doing that.
That's dope.
And then I've also
Congrats.
thank you.
Where you going to school at?
Capella University. It's online. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yep.
Yep. And then I'm as well as I've gotten 2 promotions at my job since I've been back.
Oh shit! Congrats, yo.
Thank you.
That's dope.
So
how much longer do you have in school?
about probably like they're giving me 6 years, but I'm trying to do I'm trying to push myself for 3 more because I want to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm trying to get it done in 3. You been doing it for like a year so far?
Almost a year, so maybe like 3.5.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Takes time, man.
Yeah, it's not
Continue
easy,
that
especially with everything I
grind.
got going on. It's not easy, but
Yeah. Well,
I'm doing it.
good luck, yo. I mean, you're
Thank
gonna make
you.
it. You got no problem. You're motivated. You know what I mean?
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. So back to the nightlife. We talked about 4800. We talked about Harold's, but you also opened Marquee.
Yes.
So that's one thing about you. You mentioned earlier, like you've opened 3 different places, right? So talk about your experience at Marquee. How was that?
So Marquee, I was not there for that long at Marquee because Marquee opened in 2022. I believe. I think they opened in 2022. Into 2022.
Yeah, I think so.
It's crazy.
At the end of the year, yeah.
I can confess now, but I had lied to Harold's and told them I had COVID.
Oh, okay.
So I can make it to Marquee grand opening.
The grand opening. Oh shit.
Because I knew I was gonna make some money at the Marquee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like I knew I was gonna make some money at that grand
So you
opening.
did? It was good money that day?
So they paid weekly too at the time, but it was different management. Like when they first started with somebody else, it wasn't who it is now. So when I started, it was cool. It was definitely the most upscale place I worked at.
Yeah.
Out of both places,
Marquee
all 3.
was nice.
Yeah, Marquee's definitely more upscale. They want us to wear. I had to actually wear makeup, and I don't wear makeup at all. I'm definitely a fresh face girly.
Yeah,
Don't wear makeup.
Yeah.
So I had to.
Yeah, I gave you a compliment too. Like, yeah, you look pretty. And you have no makeup on. But yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So I had to learn how to put like concealer on to kind of have some kind of makeup on because I don't wear makeup. I don't even know how to do makeup. I love the girls who can do makeup. I just don't know how to do it and I don't wear it, so it just makes sense.
Right.
But it was the most like fancy place I worked at. It was pretty cool. I didn't like the way they kind of paid because I thought we were gonna get paid day by day, kind of like I was doing with Harold's. That's what I really loved Harold's at the time. Like at least we get paid the next day.
Yeah.
Like you keep your cash and you get paid the next day. Like that's in nightlife. I want my money right then. I don't want to have to wait a week.
Yeah. I love that
so.
too.
But it was definitely cool. The wings was good. The food was pretty good. Like the chefs who were there in the beginning, the food was pretty good.
I don't think I've had the food there though.
It was
I
good.
every time I came in, I think I just only.
It was a little pricey though. I was like, I wouldn't be going there like myself unless I was on a date. It's spending another man's money.
Yeah.
At the time, I don't know what their prices and stuff are really are now, but
they got a sophisticated crowd there though.
Yeah, they do. They finally got their crowd, which was great. It definitely was giving cat daddies at the beginning because it was like the old men. Like when I work on like Wednesdays and Thursdays, cat daddy. But I would make cute money though, because you know, like old niggas they love a cute little young thing, so they tip well. So I was making cute tips like $300-$400. Like I was doing cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't do like bottle service and shit like that.
So in the beginning they did. I think they do bottle service, but I just feel like people don't really go there for no bottle service. But they do it.
Well, yeah, they do got some section like.
Yeah, so like when I started, everyone
got
had sections. Like when we started, everyone had bottles. Like the first grand opening night when I worked, everyone had bottles. So you had your select tables and everybody was getting a bottle and you had to serve them their bottles and things like that. So it was cool. It just wasn't my speed. I didn't last long there. I was there maybe like 3.5 months, and I just kind of dwindled out.
Okay.
And I continued to stay at Harold's though. Okay. Like I worked my second job. I worked my first because I finally got back into a regular career field doing leasing before I got in healthcare. So I was doing a leasing job, and then I was doing Harold's.
So Harold's like the last spot you was at then.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's where it ended.
Where it ended.
Yeah.
I have been invited to work back into nightlife again, as you know, after I had my son, but I don't know. I love nightlife, but it was just a lot. Like
that was a lot, huh?
I get drunk too easily.
You say you get drunk too easily, or you talking about people?
Me.
You was drinking a lot?
Yeah.
Word.
Mm-hmm. Too much alcohol. Like when you're serving bottles, like say for instance, you're serving bottles.
They're gonna give you a shot.
Yeah, everyone wants you to drink a shot with them. Hey, take a shot with me real quick. Hey, take a. And sometimes I'll fool customers. I'll go drink some ginger ale. But like, put me some ginger ale real quick.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Sometimes you do need a shot to take off all the the stress.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, it happens behind the bar too. Wink, wink. But a lot of people do it. But it's so easy. Yo, but I drink a lot when I DJ though. I drink the most.
For real?
Yeah, for sure.
And after we up there lit and turn the tables.
I do. Yep. So, what were some of your biggest pet peeves though about like being a body girl waitress? Like it could be like customers, other staff, management, like that you always hated.
Okay, so one, I hate like people that are not organized.
Right.
I couldn't get it out.
Okay.
Like for instance, with 4800, we only would go through one person to get the bottles, like one of the owners, and he would just take forever.
Oh, to go get out the cabinet.
Yeah, but then he was doing illegal shit. Like this man was trying to get bottles out of his car. Like he wasn't even having it wasn't all the time bottles out of the cabinet.
Oh shit!
Like he was doing other shit. So it just was taking too long.
Niggas be trying to finesse sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we were trying to get the bottles for the customers, at Harold's, it wasn't too bad because they kept their stuff in the back, so you knew where to go and get it. It just was the control of the crowd. Like sometimes if the sections weren't organized enough, you can get overwhelmed and you kind of lose focus. It's just so many
fucking people.
It's just so many people, like because they can allow so many people in there. It's a lot, and I don't know if it just don't be enough girls or would it be, but it's easily to forget other people things going on. As well as I've had tables try to run out on payments and stuff like that.
Man,
that's so lame to me.
That is so lame. Now, you did hookah too, right?
At Harold's, I had to learn how to make hookah, but I still didn't really. I was having them hoes make my hookah. I'm like, you make this hookah for me real quick. I don't do hookah. Like they'll still make it for me. I don't really make hookah, but I did have to kind of learn at Harold's. So I've had to make a few of them, and I be telling customers, look, I ain't no hookah maker because they be in there strict about them hookahs.
You smoke hookah though.
Yeah, I smoke hookah. I smoke it down.
Hell yeah, you smoke hookah stats. Yo, you be that's your second hoe. I swear to God.
No, it's not.
I swear to God.
No, it's not.
Juliet. All right. So
No,
look.
it's not.
All right, so look.
Okay, in the past, I did used to go there a lot. I don't be
You don't go
outside
there
that
no more?
much.
Really?
I've gone there, but I don't go outside that much.
When's the last time you went there? Like a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
No, when I went to Alibi, that's the last time I was out.
Oh, so Alibi is lit.
Yeah, Alibi's lit. It's cool. It's very cute.
You only went once?
I've only been once. I went to see DJ B Lord. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He's a great DJ.
What's your impression of the spot?
So it was really cute. It was pretty roomy too. Like it was really cute. The section kind of threw us off. We thought we were gonna have a whole section, and it kind of ended up being like just half of it. But the pricing threw me off. That's the one thing. No, the pricing threw me off because we had paid $133 like as a combined total. So we thinking that's gonna, usually when you go to a club and you pay that deposit or whatever, that usually takes off the bottle. But the bottle girl explained it to us that it didn't take off the bottle. Like that just was like to get in. So we had to pay additional like $380.
That's crazy.
For a bottle, and it was just like, girl, what? So I guess I would have liked to be explained what was going on. Like they should have said that in the writing, like, hey, this does not take off the section. It just, get y'all tickets or whatever.
Oh.
But besides that, it was a vibe though. It was definitely a vibe.
So it's crowded?
It was crowded.
As fuck.
Yeah, as hell. It was really crowded.
Nah, it's dope because it's an outdoor spot.
Yeah.
I haven't been there yet.
It's a little scary because it's on Wilkerson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Over there, it's the old White House.
Yeah.
Right?
So.
It's inside a flirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wilkerson. If you know Charlotte, you know what's up with Wilkerson. If you don't, then
But niggas need something on that side.
Yeah, but it's a little hood. You got to make sure you good.
Is it hood inside too? Be hood niggas in there? Or what's the crowd like?
So when I went, it was honestly we did talk about that. Me and my homegirls. It was a mixture. So you had older, you had younger. It was mixture females and males. So it was a good mixture.
What day did you go on?
I went on a Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, I went on a Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a thing.
Saturday
Yeah,
night.
Saturday.
That's prime
Yeah, it was a
time.
day party.
It was a day party.
Mm-hmm.
It is supposed to be a day club, but
Yeah.
it has to be open at night too.
Yeah, I know they open at night, but I went during the day.
During the summertime, it would be.
Yeah,
for sure.
But it was really cute. It definitely was really cute. Took some great pictures. Looked beautiful. So had a vibe.
Yeah, I need to go check it out. I
You
haven't been
should. You
yet,
gotta
but yep.
Bring me when you go. I want to go back.
You want to go back?
I want to go
Yeah.
back. So bring me when you
Do they
go.
have food there?
Yeah,
They do.
but I couldn't afford the food. I've already spent too much money for the club, so I didn't try the food. But it smelled good.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I want to go back.
Oh yeah. All right. So before we close out, like we were talking about fitness, right? So you got a plan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where are you? You about to snap back, man? You still got a shape. You know what I'm saying? So what are some of your goals?
I honestly just want to get my waist back smaller, just get my stomach like down.
Mhm.
I love like my hips and thighs and my booty and stuff. I just want to
Yeah.
get my hips, my waist back down smaller. But I am planning on getting lipo next year.
Lipo
Yeah.
next year?
Mhm.
When? In 2026?
hmm
I think you should hold off on the lipo.
That's what my trainer
Yeah.
said too, and I told her to mind her business.
Yo, no, honestly, I think you can do it. I think you can do it without it. You can do it.
I'm trying. I told her I'll see what I look
In
like
a
at the end of the
year,
year.
in a year, how much weight do you want to lose?
So that's what I don't know because I don't want to lose my booty and I don't want to lose my hips and thighs. But I know
Yo,
everything
listen,
kind of has to like
Don't
get.
worry about the booty. The booty can be there,
Yeah.
but
I don't really have a goal. I just want to feel confident. Like I want to be able to wear any outfit I
Yeah.
want and feel like the most beautiful thing.
you can
in the
do it.
outfit.
You can do it. You can do it without lipo. What I would do, and this is just like what I've been like researching everything. High protein,
Mhm.
weight lift,
Mhm.
strength train, and walk.
Yeah, I do need to get more into walking. Now that I got my baby in
Yeah.
the stroller, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna start walking with him and my other
Walk.
kids. It's getting hot.
Strength train, weight lift,
Mm-hmm.
and eat high protein.
Okay.
You will lose weight like you never believed.
Okay.
I'm telling you. You have to walk enough though. That's the tricky part.
Oh,
The strength training that will come with practice.
Yeah.
But the
I
walking,
be holding up the weights. I be doing all the weights at the
Yeah.
crunch. I be like,
yeah. And the third, well, obviously we already know the diet part.
yeah, that's what
We
I
talk
really.
about high protein
That's what I gotta really work on.
Yeah.
Is my diet
and
because I like to eat.
yeah, and sleep is important.
Yeah.
You got to get that sleep. You know what I'm saying?
I got 2 jobs, but I'm
Okay.
trying.
You joined a fitness group,
Yes.
right?
Moms on a Run.
Moms in a Run. Talk to the podcast about that.
So it was something Nikita had told me. She's like, it's a group, that's getting together. They're going to do a challenge for, springtime.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they just told you, to move however you want. Dance, walk, exercise, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to also do a journal entry as well. So I'm excited. I'll probably do a walk in the morning and then I'll do my journal entry, do my little, to let them know I did it.
Okay. Is it like an app or something, or
we're doing it through Instagram.
through Instagram?
Yeah, we got like a group.
Okay. Do y'all have iPhones?
I don't know. I just got added to the group on Instagram.
You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah, I got a.
Yeah.
You know I got an iPhone, Stefan.
Okay, bet.
Stop playing with me.
The case.
You have
so
my
square.
number. The messages.
Yeah, it is blue. It is blue, right? Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you got the fitness app. So y'all should share each other's activity.
I think I deleted mine.
It comes standard on the phone.
Yeah, I think I deleted it.
How? I think that's impossible.
I don't think so. I deleted but I'll add it back.
You probably just deleted the shortcut for it. I mean, it's still on the
okay.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an Apple product, but yeah, you can get it easily again.
Okay.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
try it.
All right, cool. So your friend, her party in July coming up.
Oh yes, my best friend Tanisha.
Yeah, shout out your best friend. So I'll be
Yes.
DJing. It's gonna be at a venue, right?
Yes.
What's the venue called again?
Look, no, Stefan, I can't remember that.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be somewhere, but it's
Don't
gonna be a
stop
fire
trying.
party. It's gonna be lit.
Yes, you're DJing
See,
and
that
you're providing a bartender
That's right.
at a great rate. So if y'all
That's
ever
right.
need like bartending and DJing like together, Stefan has a great rate.
Yep, that's right. You already know Bar Envy. You see me all the time at Salad Selection. Shout out my nigga Concrete. We just had an event yesterday, actually. I should have told you to come.
You should have told me to
Yeah,
come,
you
but
come
you
to the next
didn't, so
one.
you suck.
All right, my bad. You can come to the next one.
Thanks.
My bad on me. You can come to the next one. But yeah, I do that, and I do like all kinds of events, like private events and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got a nice bar too. You gonna like it? You gonna like it? Yeah, I gotta get a nice bartender, a pretty girl to come work while I DJ.
I
but yeah.
bartend, but I can't bartend that
Yeah.
that event because I'm be getting lit myself.
So yeah, you got certified through Dante, right?
Yeah.
My nigga, shout out to my nigga Dante. JS, right? JS bartending
Yes.
school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
He taught me how to make drinks and how to pour counts and everything.
All that.
I don't think I'm really into bartending as much as I thought I would be though.
Yeah.
So I haven't really used it.
I got you.
I think I like serving better, but I don't really like being a bottle girl either. I just like serving.
Mm.
I wasn't really into the bottle girl life. It just
Okay.
it just come with too much.
Yeah, it comes
People-
to yeah. There's a lot of baggage that comes with it.
Yeah, people be finessing. Oh yeah, you had asked me. Can I bring it back a
Yeah,
moment?
yeah. Mhm.
You had asked me what I was like, what I didn't like, or like
Mhm.
things like that. People pretending they have money and they don't.
Yeah, yeah. Niggas be flexing.
Yeah, or usually, honestly, the friends that talk the most aren't the ones paying for the stuff. It's always the homeboy in the back that just be sitting there looking around. He's the one that's paying for everything. The ones that need the most don't even have no money.
Yep.
Not even putting towards the section.
Yeah, and a lot of niggas be needy for attention.
Yeah.
Needy for like.
Or girls be mad because, like, for instance, I had got at 4800. I learned this, because that was my first club. I had a table one time. Dudes had a bunch of girls, with them. And they were like, oh, everybody can get a shot. The bottle gone. They get another bottle. He was like, nah, only the boys this time. So I do what he said. Because today, I've gotten in trouble before because I'm over here pouring people shots that's not a part of the section or who they don't want to have shots. And if you don't pay for it. So the girl tried to argue with me down. And I said, what did you just tell me? He said, I ain't gonna hold you. I did tell her just men. But you can get a shot, though.
Nah.
So, I mean, today, a lot of times the dudes would do that. Like, they first bottle, they share, but the second bottle, they want for just themselves. So, which I understand, they pay about $600 in total.
I guess, but I don't know. If I'm turning up, like, my mission, like, I mean, I like to have fun too, but, like, I don't need to be hogging liquor. It's a bottle, my nigga.
Yeah.
I don't need to be that fucking drunk. Like, give it to the ladies. Let them get drunk, because that'll make a much better party
Yeah.
for me.
Well, that's how I feel about it, too.
Right.
But, some like I said, people be acting like they got a lot of money and they don't. So, they trying to make sure they get they liquor in, too. And if they don't, they be like, I paid all this money, I only got 2 shots. That's crazy. And some people feel that way.
Oh, they must have had, like, one bottle then.
They only had 2, but it was like
two.
you know how 4800 sections used to be. They was pretty. The ones on the floor were pretty big.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had a bunch of girls in the section, and it was probably like 5 or 6 dudes. So the bottle was gone, but after I poured like one round, the bottle was gone.
5 or 6 dudes, and it had a lot of girls too.
Yeah, hella girls. So the bottle was gone
so
after
2
one.
bottles, nigga. You need way more than that.
But they weren't willing to buy that.
You should
That's
have
what I'm
like
saying.
5, 6 bottles
because the money wasn't going that long.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, we hate those niggas. Y'all niggas need to stay out the club, man. Nah, y'all can come to the club, finish your bottles, and then just leave. Make room for the next people to come in. Resell the section.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I used to do at 4800 though. I used to take the people that nobody wanted, and they actually spent money with me.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I used to get all the bread.
I was getting
Juliet.
I was getting a little bit of money,
Yeah,
little something.
He was the GOAT.
The go,
The greatest of all time.
Period. Let them know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you were talking about your friend's party. So how is that your best friend?
Yeah, my best friend.
Is she from New Orleans too, or?
No, she from Charlotte. Actually,
She's from Charlotte.
Yeah, she a
Word.
Charlottean.
Okay.
We've been
know her
best
then.
friends. No,
I don't
you
know
don't
her.
know.
Okay.
But you seen her. She's been at 4800. She's been at Stats with me.
Okay.
When we go and you see us, she was when we went to Super Bowl. We had a Super Bowl section that time, and we seen you. She was there.
At Stats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But no, we've been best friends about 15 years now. 15,
Really?
16 years.
Wow.
We met in high school, and I wanted to be her friend. She act like she ain't my homegirl,
Yeah.
but she my best friend now.
Yeah.
We worked at our first job together, McAllister Deli.
It'd be like that. One of my best friends, rest his soul, my nigga Mesfin. This is like 3rd grade, yo, when we met. He was one of my best friends, but me and this nigga did not like one another when we first met. When we were like fucking 7, 8 years old. But yeah, we became cool like quickly though, like the year after, like in 4th grade. We became quick, but yeah, my nigga passed away like a couple years ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, rest in peace. But yeah, so that's cool, man. Well, yeah, can't wait to meet your friend. It's gonna be a wonderful party. It's gonna be lit.
She's excited. She has a whole playlist she wants you to play.
Okay, well, tell her to send it to me. You know?
I want to.
Tell her to send it to me. What's next on the horizon for you're in college. Before we close, you're in college, about to get a degree.
Yes.
About to get the big job.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I need 6 figures or more.
6 figures or more. Okay.
That's what I need. That's what I'm going for. That's why I keep like, once I had, like when I had my baby, well, before I had my baby, I was kind of like just chilling at my job. As soon as I had Amari, I came back, and when I had, you get your like yearly meetings with your manager.
So you're going to get like a health administrator job? Like you going to like run a hospital or something, or?
I don't know, wherever it takes me. Like that's what I'm trying to go with it, wherever it takes me. So I told my manager when I got back, we had our one-on-one meeting. I said, I'm back and I'm ready to work. Like I need to move up every time I can. Yeah. Like I need to. That's what I'm on. Like I'm on that move up. I want to be that best employee. I'm on that. I gotta show out because I need the most money. I need to come up. I need to move up. I need to be elevating all the time at all times. And I thank God. Like I've been actually really elevating within that job, and everything I've applied for, I've gone out for, I've gotten. So
you got this, yo.
Yeah,
you got this. Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Savon. I appreciate that.
We're gonna end on that note. Thank you, Juliet, for coming through.
Of course, anytime for you. Period.
Word. That's the end of episode 17. Going Out Podcast. Like and subscribe. Juliet, you want to tell them where to find you? Where they can find you? Follow you at?
Yes,
on the Instagram,
my Instagram is J_Jules. It's J_JEWELZZZ on Instagram. I had to do that, y'all, because I had stalkers on. Like when I used to work at CarMax, I had stalkers like looking at my first and last name. So that's why I had to come up with the Instagram name.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, J_Jules.
All right. See everybody. Peace.